I told you about the three powers we have within ourselves. One is the power of desire, that is on the left hand side, and the another power of action, which is on the right hand side, and the central power, which is the power of our imagination. Also, I told you about the centers that we have. The lowest center is below the Kundalini, which is responsible for our innocence. When this center gets disturbed, then our innocence is also. This is a very, very important center for something. It plays a very vital role in your evolution. Whatever you have done before, you have done now, to spoil the awakening of Kundalini, or you can say to spoil the Sushumna, the central part, is all recorded in that Kundalini itself. But the recording takes place because this center, which is at the end, which is innocence, receives all the information from this conditioning line, the left side. It receives all the information and it records, just like a tape recorder. So the Kundalini is aware of the mistakes that are committed by you personally, by the society, by the conditioning of your seeking, by all sorts of things that you have done so far, by which you have tried to hamper the path of your realization. So this is the path, the central path, which is very important for you. But that should not give you a guilt. One thing I must tell you, when I speak, you should not take me that seriously. Because that's the worst thing that happens to you, that you start developing a guilt and then the realization becomes very difficult. So please do not develop any guilt when I say something, or just start pondering, oh, I have done this mistake and that mistake. Because I'm talking of first and last time, as I said it. And today, as the first time, I will say again, to begin with, that I'm talking of ocean of love. If you were so perfect, there was no need to have surgery. There was no need to do anything. It would have been the simplest job, you see. Anybody could have done it. Because there are complications and problems that somebody has to work out. So there's nothing to feel guilty about it. First thing I have to request today is not to feel guilty about it. So the second center is of your activity, as I told. So through your activity also you create problems on the central line. Now how do you create that? It's like this. You can say the left and the right, and the center part is the Sushumna. Now these two start working. And if they work very hard or they pull each other on the side, then sometimes it may be dislocation completely, by which you lose your complete connection with the whole. Or could be that it may narrow down, the path may narrow down. And sometimes it can be very much injured or sick. These centers could be very sick. Before we discuss about the deities on these centers, I would like to say that all these powers, these three powers, get enlightened after your realization. Before your realization, there is no enlightenment. For example, the left-hand side power is the power of desire. First of all, your priorities start changing. Say a person wants to buy a very comfortable car like Rolls Royce, for example. He dreams, I must have a Rolls Royce, I must have a nice Rolls Royce to go. But after realization, he doesn't like much these things. The reason is, he starts feeling the comfort of Rolls Royce within himself. He forgets about all these things. His attention does not go to these things which look apparently very comfortable. They are not. If you see to the scrutinize, say for example, take the question of roads. It's a headache to have such a so-called comfortable car because somebody might will steal. You have to have insurance. Insurance people might have a loophole somewhere. You may lose the money. If something happens to the car, you are so much worried. While you are driving, you are so much worried. Somebody bumps into your car, you think, oh, such a nice car. I mean, it's a headache to possess a Rolls Royce. It's better that somebody has it and you enjoy it. But if but if you own it and if you possess it, then you go to this registration office to register it there and this and that. And it's a big headache. And the worst of all is that people are jealous of it. They don't like you. They don't like you because you have got a. I mean, what is the advantage of having a Rolls Royce car? But then that is so many disadvantages. Plus, I mean, on the one side only you can say, I don't know which one. What should I say? What is the advantage? Maybe that. I mean, it's a good car, reliable car, and all that could be there, quality-wise, all that there. But for that, how much you have to sacrifice and how much you have to work. So, to possess something, the idea of possession becomes different. Then you want to possess these cool vibrations. You want to possess that. Because you get really afraid of other possessions. And you start seeing that this is what gives you the greatest comfort and comfort. You start just changing your desires about things. The second desire is about, say, some people want to have their good family life, and for that they strive, and there are Romeos and Juliets and this and that, all kinds of things, crying and weeping, and all things goes on, and the husband doesn't carry on with the wife, and the wife doesn't carry on with the husband, and then they feel very hurt, and all those things happen. That's the thing. That you think that you can get happiness from your wife. Is that simply wrong, right? You can never get happiness from anybody else but from you. The joy comes from your state, not from anybody else. Now, supposing a Sahajogi has married a person who is not a Sahajogi. It's a wonderful study. You can study a person so closely who is not a Sahajogi, how he is prankish, how he goes into tantrums, and how he behaves. You get a regular sort of a role being played by someone. You start seeing the whole drama much better. Suppose he is a Sahajogi, maybe little insipid, it might be because there won't be any problem or quarrel. But you see, then you see the person, how he behaves and how he... Then you understand. You understand that why people behave like that. And what we have to do, what are the problems, and how to make the arrangements by which these people stop going into these holes and getting stuck up into it. You see, you start studying. When you start studying like that, not getting angry and impatient with the person who is your partner, then you will start enjoying. But if you start getting impatient, in the beginning, many Sahajogis do feel impatient with their partners because they are not Sahajogis. They think that these people are lost now, what will they do? They're going to get their realization and all that. Instead of that, if you really develop properly, if you grow properly, you start seeing it in a different angle. Oh, that's the way they are. You see, then you start generalizing all this. Then you do not say, this is my wife, she should have it. This is my wife. You know, some people think because somebody is your wife, she should be a perfect person. And because she's your wife. And what are you? Are you perfect? I mean, why do you expect your wife to be that perfect? If she has kept one thing here or there or he, I mean, it can be anyway. I mean, he or she does not matter. Whosoever has done so-called mistakes, actually, it comes because you think you are absolutely perfect on top of the world, you see? And that's why you try to find faults with another person. But when you are Sahajogi, you realize that you have to grow, you have to mature. And how can you find faults with people like that? Only thing you can do is to study the whole thing, because the whole thing becomes a drama. How big you become? You start seeing the whole thing as a drama. And it doesn't behave the way you want things to behave. That if that these circumstances sometimes engulf you and you can become frantic. I keep hear people, you see, because the husband came late, so wife hit the husband and killed him or something like that. But see how funny. She was angry with him, he came late, or whatever he did was because he did not love her. She felt that it was due that he should love. And to love, should you kill the husband? Then who is going to love him? See, this kind of thing, you see, start seeing these very, I should say, paradoxical behavior of people. They are so paradoxical. And the whole thing becomes so apparent and so vivid when you start seeing it through your space. Because you are not in it. You are yourself. You are not now the husband or wife or anything. But you see yourself as a husband and another person as a wife, or you see yourself as a wife and another person as a husband. And it's a very different thing, and then the whole thing becomes such a drama, such a beautiful poetry, that you start seeing, you feel that, oh, the whole Shakespeare is coming before you, or whatever. Most dramatic thing is happening. So this is another thing that our desires change. That you see, I want a peaceful life. See, but the peace is within. Peace is not outside. If you are not peaceful inside, you cannot be peaceful outside. Anybody who is in you will know that you are not at all peaceful within. You have to find your own peace, your own place. And if you want to have that, it is you who has to receive this blessing, and it is you who has to enjoy it. So no use blaming anybody else by saying that, oh, I'm so unhappy, and she was not making much noise, or I felt very disturbed. Then you don't feel it. Actually, after realization, you will be surprised, all these oversensitivities to sound and to noises and all that. That's because you enter your silence. Let the people shout, scream, who are in your silent zone, and you start seeing it. And sometimes you also think that they are shouting at somebody who is just can't hear. The whole priorities of your desire start changing because you start enjoying something. For example, to a child who has never eaten ice cream and has just taken, say, only milk all the time. If you give him ice cream, then he shifts his attention to ice cream much more than to milk. In the same way, once you test or you get the nectar of your spiritual bliss pouring into you, the ideas that are built up about your desires all start collapsing. And what you find, a new sort of a personality comes in you, and you start desiring something else. For example, an egg may be desiring something which the bird does not. Bird has different desires, and an egg has different desires. In the same way, it happens to us when we change our state, when we are in a different situation as far as our spirit is concerned, then all our desires take a different form and we become different. Like our many habits that we have because of our conditioning and things. And people have so many habits that sometimes I really surprised how people boast of their habits. Like a lady came to me and she boldly this by telling me, oh, I can't take milk with any cream on it. If I see cream, I want it. I said, this is too much for me now. Wow, how far am I going? Mad. Then she came out with something else. I am so particular about this. And in my bed, if there's even one line, I can't sleep. I said, how does she exist? It's like, mad woman. Like that, she can't bear this, she can't bear that. She's so finicky and so funny. I said, how people must be living with her must be another problem, the way she is. And she really bored me stiff, and I didn't know what to tell her. But then I just said to her, but your husband is so normal, what's the matter with you? She said, he's different. I'm different. I said, you better become like him, because it's too much. I don't know how he bears you up, but it's too much. And really the thing was, her husband was a real asshole and she was not. And he just took saw her like that, he must be laughing at her, the way she was fussy about small things. I can't bear this, I won't have this, I won't have this, I am such and such, I am such. All these ideas about yourselves also come to you from your conditioning. For example, an Englishman thinks he's an Englishman, something upper left. Then if you take an American, he thinks he's very rich and he's very fast, and he boasts of his fastness, you see. Sometimes they boast so much that it's amazing the way they go about their speediness, you see, the way they are speedy. Then a German will boast of his over meticulous efficiency or something like that. An Indian will boast of his ritualism and all nonsense that they do around. All sorts of things like that you find people be proud of. Belonging to certain nation is all right, it's very good, you should be proud of your nation, but of good things and not of bad things. Now, all such a conditioning that I am an Englishman, I am an Indian, I am this and that, all facts. Because these are demarcations created by human beings. I mean, God just created a beautiful map. He had to put some rivers after all. You see, he had to put some mountains somewhere. He had to do all these things. He never asked you to get yourself divided. I am this, I am that, I am that. We ourselves have done all this nonsense. I mean, think from God's point of view. He must be wondering what's the matter with these people. We have to have immigration, we have to have this, to go to some country, we have to get a pass, we have to have a visa, we have to have this. Why? Because we are ourselves like that. We are ourselves are so greedy, so selfish, everything is together. And that's how all human beings against God, if you see, that he must be wondering what's the matter with these people. I have given them such a beautiful thing to enjoy themselves. Why don't they enjoy instead of that? Every time they work on the energy of hatred, how to create hatred, and all these different things are your conditionings are based. We can say about art and everything, also our conditionings are based according to what we have been seeing. If somebody has been seeing the white color more or a grey color more, they'll always like it. If they have seen red all the time, they like it. It's only a question of conditioning. It's not a question of your innate some sort of a spiritual thing. Do not confuse spirit with these material aspirations here, or the material ideas. It's not. Spirit is beyond, it's detached. It has nothing to do with what race, creed you go into. It is not bothered about what things you think beautiful, what things you don't think. Because it is absolute. It's not relative. It's absolute. When you see through your vibrations, you'll be amazed that certain things, whether they are Indian, English or anything, you will not love. Certain things, there may be anything you are going to enjoy. This absolute is a coefficient worked out by God's mathematics, not by human mathematics. And if that works out, then only you are going to like it because you like these others. Ultimately like the others. The things that do not give you good vibrations, you are not going to have. I'll give you an example. Supposing there's a chair. It is being sat on by some negative person. Any surgeon will come there, he'll just touch the chair and get out and walk. And sit on the other side. Because immediately feel the vibration, and he's not going to sit with that. Just now she told me about her daughter that one magician came and my daughter, who is a real life soul, she said that he's a very funny man and I don't like him, start to speak. Even a child can feel. It's absolute. Everything becomes absolute. Not because somebody has a blonde hair or somebody has blue eyes or red lips or anything, but it is the whole of it. It is the coefficients of that personality that gives those vibrations, which people are going to enjoy and are going to feel. And that is what that is going to appeal to them. So the whole idea of our color schemes, of our art, our aesthetics, only God's aesthetics are working out in us. We don't like anything that is not divine. That's not anything divine. Even food, everybody will give vibrations to the food. Everything they desire. For example, now, and I mean, people who are bad livers, for example, say in London is a common disease of bad liver. It's a absolutely liverish, surprisingly. And the worst is Europe. And Europe is the liver of the universe, and where the liver is so bad. And the first question they asked me, mother, what is to be done about awareness and about liver? I said, why is it there? Because Europe is the liver of the universe, and we are Europeans, and we drink all through, and what are we to do now? I said, now you have a sick liver, for the whole universe will have a sick liver. So be careful about it. You have to work it out. And then they wrote it down, what is to be done, and they got it. They got to it. This is important because they felt not that they should keep their livers all right, but they should get the liver of all the Europeans. Because if the Europeans have bad livers, God himself is going to have a bad liver problem. See, the whole idea changes because you start translating your idea in relation to the whole. And when you start thinking of the whole, that, oh God, by me this is going to be caused, by this everybody is going to suffer. And naturally, not mentally so much as through vibration, you start thinking. I have seen people that when I told them that you should not eat this, and religiously they took it. I tell you, no doctor would have had such obedience as I have. But I don't even tell that religiously, and I don't tell them that scientifically or in any way, but they just start doing it because they don't know to boost their vibration. If you have a bad liver, you get very hot vibration. Are you getting now? So this is what happens. This is the liver that gives you heat. And this liver must be cured. Because if liver is bad, you can get cirrhosis, you can get this, you can get that. Lots of problems can come in and you will be in trouble. And you start understanding your own health, the value of your health. More than material things. Doesn't matter if you have one dress less or one house less, doesn't matter. First of all, this body should be all right. And that is how the desire to have a healthy body moves in a proper way, that you should have a proper body. That should be the temple. It should be a clean. Same thing about your thoughts. You start cleaning them, you start seeing them, and you start understanding why these thoughts are coming to me. From where are they coming? These thoughts are not good. They do not give you any nourishment. They're very exasperating and disheartening. So you start working on that. You start making your mind moving down your mind and making your mind still and going into thoughtless awareness so that you have a tranquil feeling, which is so good, which is so nice. Everybody wants tranquility. I mean, if you can achieve it through your spiritual growth, why? Then the best part of it, that you start seeing your ego and super. That's the best part. When you start seeing your ego like a big balloon shooting out like that, oh God, and then you say, Mother, this is so much, I've never had such a bad ego. No, it doesn't matter, it comes down. So they work on their ego, and they start seeing it, and they say, oh Mother, this was my ego. Once you start seeing it, it goes. You cannot enjoy life if you have the ego. Ego is the thing that kills you completely. It will make you a spoiled sport. It's a spoiled sporting stuff. See, it always gives you joy if it is pampered. And the pampering of it comes by spoiling the sport. The sport of it. Such a person is an aggressor out and out and is a problem to everyone, and people don't know what to do. Everybody will know that he's too much aggressive, but they will not. But aggressor is the same as a person who takes aggression, I feel. The one who takes aggression hurts himself. Why should he hurt himself? God has made this body so beautiful, with such care, with such love. He's raised it from amoeba to this stage. And have you decided to destroy it? this beautiful body. Why do you want to destroy it? Why do you want to hurt? So the superego also starts getting reduced. It starts saying, no, I don't want to. I don't want to play into the hands of negativity by which I become a useless temple. Superego people sometimes have an idea, oh, that if we are very frightened of everyone, we are very good. Because Christ has said, blessed are those. That's something different, very different, to be seen in very different lights, which I'll explain to you later on. But the way people have interpreted it, that if you become very mild and non-aggressive, then you are a very nice. I mean, I don't say that you should be aggressive. I mean, again, the other side should be seen. I talked of ego first, so that you don't become aggressive. But the thing is, to be even non-aggressive is all right, but we can say to take aggression upon you is also very wrong. One should never take any aggression. I would say Hitler would never have been successful if at that time, from the very beginning, you would have resisted. But they allowed them to take advantage. Gradually, it grew up. Anywhere there is an operation like that coming up, everybody must stand against it. It's very difficult. Few people take aggression, then more people take aggression, you see. And those who go and passivize, oh, it's all right, it's all right. No. It grows and grows and grows. And this point then comes like such a controlling force that the whole world could not control this Germany to save these people who were killed so helplessly. But they first showed their helplessness. In the very beginning, at the very point where somebody does that, you should stand up and say, no, it's not. So both the things are responsible for this kind of an event. I would blame Jews the same way as I would blame Hitler and Germans. Because why did the Jews suffer so? Begin. Now when they are free, they have got a land, they are behaving in a different way. That time if they all would have stood up and said, nothing doing, we are not going to stand all this nonsense. They could have taken help from other countries and would have saved those people. That's what it is. You see, we are sufferers. Go ahead with the suffering then. We must suffer. Why should you suffer? Christ has suffered for you. Already suffered. You don't have to suffer. You are not here to suffer. You are here to be happy. To be drenched in His love. Not to suffer. Why do you want to suffer? I mean, this is crucifixion for nothing at all. You are not needed for any more crucifixion. But these things can create a big problem. I must say, this kind of witnessing of growth of these negative people, these aggressive people, this silent witnessing is very wrong. One should not allow this kind of a snake to come up. Hatred that is developing anywhere, in any country, any place is wrong. Like in our country, India, we think Indians are not like that, they are also quite horrible. In our country also we have untouchables and touchables. But Mahatma Gandhi came and laughed. What do you mean by touchables and untouchables? And he thought that it was removed. He himself was not from the same community as Untouchables. But there was a fellow from Untouchables also, who was very great, Dr. Ambedkar, who fought it. He said, nothing doing, we don't believe in all this. In the same way, we have to know whether we belong to the oppressed or to the oppressor group, so-called. We should stand by people who are oppressed, and we should really flout all such ideas because it's very dangerous. So it happens that you stand up against all kinds of injustice, unfair play. You get the courage, like trust, What has he got to do with Mari Bhaktalini? She was a prostitute. Prostitute has nothing to do with the state as such. But when he saw that she was torn by these people out of proportion, she was punished for what? He was the one who went and stood before her. That's courage comes to your spiritual growth. And you stand by the right. Stand by the people who are oppressed. You just don't take anything. That those ideas of bearing up and all that nonsense is gone. As it is, Christ has said that if somebody slaps you on one face, you turn the other. It was at the time of Romans, one had to say that. For egoistic people, it is better practice. All those ego-oriented people, most of the Christian nations, you can say, are that. For them is a good practice. That if somebody slaps on one face, you turn the other. But the people who are suppressed are, those say, you can say people who are living in the most. They are great because they will realize that weakness to get spontaneously, because it is within you to grow to that. You suddenly grow when the seed of your spirit grows. And you are amazed at your deep idea. And you are transcending attention and awareness. So this is one thing happens to you. But the greatest thing that happens to you, that after achieving that maturity, whatever you desire, just fulfill. You desire it. Because you don't desire nonsense. That's what I said. And you desire return, and you get it. You just desire you have whatever you want. Just ask for it. But first, we have to enlist ourselves into the kingdom. We have to become the citizen. If I am not the citizen of India, I cannot get the benefits of English law. If you are not the citizen of God's kingdom, you do not get the benefits. He has got his own telecommunication. He has got everything you want to do. And the way he works it out is so tremendous. It is so magnificent. It's so miraculous. That then you start saying that all this we have known so far is false. This is the truth which we should achieve. We should establish, mature ourselves, and enjoy. It's just for your enjoyment, because you buy something and for nothing. I have talked to you on one side. Tomorrow, next time when I come, I'll tell you on the other side. I hope center Surge Yoga will work out and we go into a big organization, which is a living organization. It does not have any membership, no payment, nothing. It's a living thing. And the people will be attracted because of the love that they feel for each other, and because of the love they feel for themselves. Vibrations, these pure vibrations of divine love. Once you get that, you don't want to part. You just don't want to part. That's so good. May God. Now, have you any questions today? Can't ask. Trouble is, the Kundalini has risen above this. When you are in thoughtless awareness and you don't want to then go into thought. Think over it. If you can't think of a problem or a question. Now today we have in our presence Mr. Pradhan, who is now 76. And He came to me about 12 years back or 11 years back. He belongs to the first batch of surgery. And I worked on them, about 25 of them, for 2 years. And after 2 years, only 12 of them got realization. After 2 years, can you believe it? He's one of them. And he's now going to America because I'll be going to America, so he wants to work and pave way for me. He's come all the way from India. He's a lawyer, he's an advocate, and he has had a very great understanding of Sahaja Yoga. He's helped me a lot. Last time I went to America also, he came down. And he is our trustee. We had to have a trust in India. You cannot even get a hall without a trust. So we had a trust. Today there's a good news that somebody has given us donation of 1 acre of land in Powai Lake area, which is a very beautiful area, in addition to what they're doing. So, I don't know, maybe that people want to now have places where they could come and maybe sit down. So it's little far away from Bombay, about say, I think about 8 miles or so. It's a very, very quiet area. There are 2 lakes there. It's a very nice place. And today only I received a message saying that somebody has donated us. I was very happy that they have donated us because we could not buy any land, because I said that we will not give any black money or any bribery or anything, and the land has to be in proper price. We will not give extra money because it's public money, but somehow or other, now we've got some land there. Now I would request one of the Sahaja Yogis to say a few words about Mr. Pradhan, and then Mr. Pradhan will speak to you how Indian Sahaja Yogis have been to these people when they went to India and how they treated them and how they were kind. And then Mr. Pradhan will just say a few things. And Ravin, for you, would you like to say a few words, or anyone who has been to India? Anyone? About 2 sentences, then Pradhan will say about his, because now he will be able to tell you what experiences he has. He's an advocate and he'll tell you some miraculous experiences he has had after Sahaja Yoga. Let's see. So what I said will be little bit certified.
Those people who are in charge of American tour and all that can talk to Pradhan and discuss with him, take his addresses, of Modi's address and all those people that are there, and also get information as to other people's addresses, whichever is needed, and how to approach them. Give him the address of also Christine, so that he can contact. Just tell him what is done, so that he can contact me. And Dr. Raghu. So no, that you that representation wouldn't happen. These are all the addresses. So you just to me. I think you take him down there.
Again, thank you very much for being all I need.
When he came to me first, Pradhan, he said, Mother, I am of a very average intelligence, average income. I am nothing outside. And what can I help you? I mean, I am of no good. Only thing I will be getting help out of you. And how will I be of any instrument to you, of any kind of a vehicle for your powers and things? But he has shown with his assiduity and understanding that he himself, whatever he could do, he has done tremendous. And he's really worked very hard and see to it that things are done properly. He's very efficient, extremely efficient. He used to arrange all our programs and halls and things and lots of things that is disabled. Very efficient, always first to arrive, last to leave, organizing everything and looking after everything. Extremely humble. It's really remarkable to have such people. It's nice to have somebody with average intelligence than to have too much intelligence, which is a headache. They never listen. And they have a method of avoiding things and saying, and something you see, sometimes it was not possible to forget something, do something, he would say, Mother, please forgive me. But he would never argue out the thing. He would just say, please forgive me, I must have forgotten or something might have happened. And it was such an easy thing to be with him, because I'm so bad at organizing my things, that I'm so bad at money, you know that. And I never know how to keep accounts, and these people have been organizing money and I have nothing to do with their money. And it's true that I'm very bad at all that. And it is these people who are so sincere and honest that they have looked after this money and they have looked after everything. And that now they have been able to produce this land, and it's very remarkable. But as I would say, this is Sahaja Yoga that has given them all these powers to furnish all these things. And we have created really tremendous people out of such, no doubt. May God bless you all, and I hope you all people will also see the blessings of Sahaja Yoga and will rise very much in the estimation of God.
You see, one keynote is that you must have total surrender to our Divine Mother. Total surrender. No suspicion in your mind, nothing. Then you will get very good results.
This is all right to say in India, not here. Here when you say total surrender, they think we have to surrender a house or car or anything. Your ego. Ego must be surrendered. What else is to be surrendered? Ego is not you. You have to surrender your ego so that you get rid of it. That's what it means. But that is understood more in India than here. Because if you say surrender, people will start keeping all your things together. So this is something, you see, an Indian mind is different from a developed mind, and this is how things work out differently. But I must say there are great saints who are born in this country. You are all great saints to be born like this. And we are amazed sometimes. These people are amazed the way you are dedicated to society. I mean, the way you have taken to it shows that you are spiritually very much awakened, no doubt about it. I mean, if we are disorderly, from childhood we are told we must have control our attention, because if you have to attain to God, we must get to God. From childhood we are told this, you have to get to God, you have to achieve your self-realization. I mean, my grandchild was born, and the message that I got from an astrologer, because we always have an astrology as soon as the child is born, and he sent a telegram saying that the greatest news is that her guru is in the house, and her master, the teacher, is in the house. And it was the biggest thing for the whole family. Oh, the teacher is in the house. The child doesn't have to go out to see. You see, of course, I mean, this is our traditional way of life in India. But now, of course, we are getting also westernized. That's different. But normally it is so. From childhood it is so. That you have to take your attention to God. The attention has to go to God. But here to say something, why for so total surrender? What is the gain? The gain is God. The gain is yourself, is your spirit. But that, once it is instilled in your mind, you think that is the simplest you can do, because the highest you are going to get. So the difference is of understanding. But in any way, quality-wise, I would say you are much better than many Indians put together. No doubt. I think. Especially Indians here, I don't know what they are doing. I don't know about that. So no more questions, but you can put your hands. Sorry, we had to, because it's going now for, it won't be any other time. You have to be simple. If you are complicated, then it's difficult. You should be simple. Please close your eyes. Now first what you will feel that there is no thought within you, and then you will start feeling the cool breeze in the hand. Close your eyes. It's better to close your eyes. But this is just the beginning. This is just the germination. You have to go further with it. And you have to grow into it. Better. All those who are getting cool trees, raise your hands. Now, all of you. Those who are getting cool trees, raise your hand. High. All the Sahaja Yogis also, raise your hands, those who are getting cool trees. All the Sahaja Yogis also. तुम्हें एक मिलेगा सबकी तरह. Now, those who have come for the first time and are not getting cool breeze, raise your hand. सारे हिंदुस्तानी बाहर करा. अभी ये भी 3 दिन से आप 3 मरतबा 4 मरतबा सारा ध्यान है का? सारा ध्यान नौकरी पैसा ये वो जरा छोड़िए 1 मिनट को सबको छोड़िए. आप तो ये felt the cool breeze because on the face. सब बात छोड़िए. इस वक्त में उस परमात्मा की ओर चित्त. आंखें खोलिए जरा. यहाँ आप भी देखिए. इसलिए आंखें. What's wrong with you? What's the matter?
I'm losing my concentration.
Come here.